Berman Golf podcast, where we are helping golfers over the age of 60 increase distance off the tee so that they can hit shorter irons into the green. Yeah, baby. You can visit us at bermangolf.com for more information and get ready. This is going to be a fun one. And we're back with the Long Balls Golf Podcast. My name is Dr. Jake Berman. I am running solo today. Could not get the schedules to work out with my co-host Jan. So I'm solo. Here we go. What I want to talk about today is how we are different, because so many people I talk to, they go, okay, how is this different from the TPI? How's this different from this? How's this different from that? And I want to address it today. So right out of the gate, one of the biggest things that sets us apart from everybody else is we focus specifically on helping people increase distance off the tee. And even more specifically, we help golfers over the age of 60 increase distance off the tee. And that's the biggest thing that we work on. There's two sub things that we work on, and that's helping golfers play with less back pain. And then the other one is helping golfers shoot more consistently. So those are the two sub things, but it really comes down to we specialize in helping golfers increase distance off the tee. That's the number one thing that sets us apart from everybody else. The reason why we're different in the way that we do this is because it's not a technique. We're not using a technique to help people increase distance off the tee. This is a method. It is the Berman method. It is trademarked, literally trademarked. We got trade secrets on how we are different from everybody else, different from the TPI, different from the 11 billion false golf profits that you have on the YouTube channels. I mean, it's just different because this is a method. Trade secrets are here. It works 100% of the time. Seriously, at the time of this recording, there's not a single person that we've worked with one-on-one that's gone through one of our one-on-one golf performance programs that has not gained significant distance off the tee. And there's a reason for that. And it really comes down to the method that we're using, which addresses power, right? So a lot of the golf prophets out there, I hope you guys know what I mean by golf prophets. You go on YouTube and you search golf performance or increase distance off the tee or increase club head speed or whatever you Google on YouTube, and you're going to get 11 billion different people that show up that are essentially saying the same exact thing using different words. And they like using these words: increase club head speed, increase your club path, increase your lag, increase your hip turn, all of these things that make sense to the layman, where it's like, yeah, if I could just increase my club head speed, the ball would go farther. So I'm going to shoot that one right out of the park right now. And one of the easiest ways to do it is based off of the laws of physics that have been around for how long now? Like really, seriously, the laws of physics, they've been around for a while. They didn't just get invented yesterday or discovered yesterday. They're called the laws of physics and not the theory of physics for a reason. So I didn't realize this until I witnessed it firsthand in my golf simulator room where I was working with this gentleman. I'm pretty sure I haven't spoke about this yet, but he is a scratch golfer, 72-year-old scratch golfer, and could consistently hit it 240 yards, 250 yards off the tee was a great shot for him, but 240 yards was the consistent average, and he's been doing that for years. He hasn't gained distance. He hasn't lost distance. He's 72 years old, but he can just do it repeatedly over and over again. So when he's in my office, first time I'm working with him on day one, he's taking some swings, practice swings, and I'm going, oh my God, like it just looks really, really good. And I'm going, how the heck am I going to help this guy? I mean, it just looks technically really good. And again, this is really early on in the development of Berman Golf and the Berman method. So his practice swings look amazing. Then we put a ball on the tee that is in the simulator room, and he sets up to the ball with the driver, and he makes contact with the ball. And right after that, the club head hits the ceiling. And this is before I did construction and raised the ceiling up. But I'm going, what the heck just happened? And I'm thinking in my head, his practice swings were beautiful, and they were not even close to hitting the ceiling at all. Like, he didn't even come close. But the second that club head ran into the golf ball in the real swing, it changed the trajectory of the club path. And the club head ended up running into the ceiling on his swing through. And I'm going, that's crazy. So I just thought it was a fluke. And I said, okay, do it again. Tee it up again. Teed it up again. So this is the second shot now with the driver. And the same exact thing happened again. And I'm going, what the hell is going on here? Like, my mind is blown. I just don't understand how the practice swings could look so beautiful, so perfect. And I slow-mo videoed the second swing just to see if I would see something in slow-mo versus real time. And sure enough, as soon as the club face hit the ball, it changed the trajectory of the club path, or the trajectory of the club head, and changed the club path to a more upward trajectory, and it ran into the ceiling. I'm going, how is this even possible? Super duper long story short, and not to bore you guys with the equations for the laws of physics and speed and momentum and all of these other things, what was happening was he was swinging at a decent club head speed. He had a very respectable club head speed. I think it was low 90s, mid 90s with the driver, 72-year-old man. I mean, that's pretty respectable. But as soon as the club face ran into the ball, because it did not have power behind it, it changed the trajectory. And this was what changed everything for me. This is when I was going, wait a minute, because prior to this, I was jumping on the bandwagon too. If we could swing the club head faster, the ball is going to go farther. It just has to. I mean, look at the pros on the PGA Tour. They're swinging 130 mile an hour club head speed, and they're bombing at 350 yards down the fairway. All we got to do is increase club head speed. But it's not true. Because just because you swing something faster doesn't mean that the ball is going to go farther. You've got to have a combination of swinging it faster with more power to get the ball to go farther. Now, this is where it gets really, really, really exciting. And this is what blows people's minds, especially on the first session with us. It is not uncommon at all for us to gain 10 yards with a 7-iron or a wedge. Anything from a wedge all the way up to a 7-iron. It is not uncommon for us to gain 10 yards on the first session. And the main reason why is because with the Berman method, with this method that I've developed, with the trade secrets that I have, we are able to recruit more muscles to be present and working during the golf swing than prior to working with us. When you have more muscles working, that generates more power. When you hit an object, any object, golf balls included, when you hit an object with more power, that object is going to go farther. So that's how we've done it. I mean, this is the wow moment for all of our clients on day one. Is on day one when we can gain 10 yards with a wedge or 8-iron or 7-iron. It's like, what? And I didn't increase your club head speed. That's one of the biggest things that we look at, is because everything's on the simulator. So we have all the objective data. And, sometimes the club head speed goes up 1 or 2 or 3 miles an hour, but the total yards goes up 10 yards. It's like, what the heck? How does that happen? It's because we're using more power. It's as simple as that. So again, to come full circle, the biggest thing that separates us from everybody else is we focus on one thing. We focus on helping golfers increase distance off the tee, specifically golfers over the age of 60 increase distance off the tee. Now, this method works for golfers of all ages. I mean, one of the people that was helping me develop this, or was one of my guinea pigs, so to speak. He's currently our director of instruction, Clayton. He was a head golf pro at a very respectable club here in Naples for over 9 years. And he was mid-30s when we started working together. And we increased his distance off the tee by at least 20 yards, which completely changed his game. Completely changed his enjoyment of the game, because he's been golfing his whole entire life and he essentially lost enjoyment. He did not enjoy golfing anymore because he wasn't even 40 yet, and he's getting out drove by his buddies by sometimes 50 yards minimum. And he's like, it's just not fun. It's really hard to shoot scratch golf when you're hitting a three wood into the green versus a 9-iron like his buddies. So this method works for people of all ages. However, it is extremely effective for golfers over the age of 60 for one reason only, or not one reason only, but for the main reason that over the age of 60, there is so much more potential in the muscles than before the age of 60. There's just so much more. One of the best analogies I like using is you buy a Porsche or a Corvette, but you never leave your neighborhood. You're just driving that car, that sports car, around your neighborhood. There's so much potential underneath the hood that it just wants you to get out on the interstate and open it up and just, watch the gas gauge go down real fast. It wants you to get out there and slam that gas pedal down. But if you just drive that car around the neighborhood, yeah, it's nice to drive it around. It runs great, but it's really underutilized. That's how I perceive my golfers over the age of 60 is when they come into my office and we're assessing them. I'm looking at these guys and I'm going, okay, this is a Corvette that you're just driving around the neighborhood. Let's get this thing out on the interstate and open it up. Well, we can get these muscles working more efficiently that you already have. I'm not trying to build these muscles. I can't build muscles in an hour. It's not physically possible. It's literally not physically possible. There's no physiology, no steroid that you can take that will make you physically stronger in hypertrophy within an hour. But if you're hitting the ball 10 yards further at the end of an hour than you are at the beginning of the hour, how did we do it? It's because we took the Corvette from the neighborhood and put it out on the interstate and let you push the gas pedal down a little bit farther. So that's what we work on, is helping golfers find their efficiency. And Jan loves this saying. I don't like it because sometimes it can be confusing, but it's reality. The reality is when we do this, we're helping golfers increase their golf longevity. Sometimes that can sound confusing, but what does golf longevity really mean? Golf longevity means that you can golf as long as you want age-wise, not only until your body says you can't do it anymore. Right? Because everybody should know what the number one reason golfers stop golfing is. The most common number one reason statistically, at least in America, that golfers quit golfing is because of back pain. That's the number one most common reason why golfers quit golfing. The second most common reason is they lose distance, they lose consistency, but mainly distance. So it gets to a point to where golfers lose so much distance that it's not even enjoyable anymore. You keep moving up tees to where the only tee left to move up to is the ladies' tee. No man is going to do that to his ego, and they're going to keep playing from the seniors' tee, even if it takes you 4 shots to get into the green when it should only take 2 shots to get there. And it just gets to the point to where it's just demoralizing and you're just embarrassed to play anymore, and it's not even enjoyable anymore. So those are the 2 most common reasons why golfers quit golfing. But it doesn't have to be that way. And that's why we have trade secrets. That's why we developed the Berman method of golf performance. That's why we have Berman Golf. That's why we're going to take this thing across the country, because we want to continue to help golfers see that they don't have to give up. You don't have to give up. You don't have to accept that losing distance is a normal part of aging. And by now, we've got enough testimonials on our website, on our YouTube page, on our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even TikTok now, that you should be able to go on there and just see many, many examples of real golfers, real people over the age of 60. The vast majority of the golfers are over the age of 70 that we're working with. And look at the smiles on their face. I mean, look at them smiling. Listen to what they're saying. Listen to them talking about, yeah, I competed in my club championship. I hadn't competed in 10 years. And I actually placed. I mean, come on. That is just cool. Like, that is really cool. So those are the main reasons how we're different. We specialize in helping golfers over the age of 60 increase distance off the tee. And we have a trade secret. It's something that nobody else has. Nobody else is doing this. This is something that we will blow up. This is something that we will take across the country. This is something that every golfer should know about, because it's only going to help. Who doesn't want to hit it farther off the tee? Even the long ball hitters want to hit it farther off the tee. Everybody could use some more distance. So that's what I'll leave you with. Check out all of our socials. Check out our YouTube. There's tons of content on there. Just search Berman Golf. Check us out on TikTok. We got some really cool TikTok videos going on. I'm straight up calling people out, and people are calling me back out, getting angry. It's been fun. So check all those things out, and I appreciate you listening to this. I'll keep trying my best to have some quality content coming out on these things. Don't want to waste your time. And have a great rest of your day. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in this week. For more information, please go to bermangolf.com. That's B as in boy, ERMAN, bermangolf.com, and check out a ton of stuff that we have there. Or even better, go to our socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. We're even on TikTok. Check us out everywhere. We've got tons of content going out every week. And please give us a thumbs up. Comment on the videos. Let me know what your questions are. Try to shoot holes in this. I'll do whatever I can to help you out the best that I can. Thank you, guys.